Brian Van, sportbiketractor.com, and today we're going to install a set of GB Racing bullet frame sliders on our 2015 Yamaha YZF-R1. The GB products are top quality. You see we've already got the engine over covers installed on this bike. You've probably seen that video. The bullet frame sliders are a unique design, okay? That's one of the things I like. They're not just your standard frame slider. What they consist of is we have a main bolt, we have a mount, and then you have the puck that actually slides over the mount. These frame sliders are designed to keep the motorcycle sliding on the ground. They offer this kit in a race and a street version. We went with the street version on this bike. The race looks just a little bit different. You can see that on our website. Installation. Okay, this is not a real big project. There's no fairing mods that are necessary. What's really cool with the way they do this is they use the hang tag of their product, okay, to double as the instructions. You open it up, we've got pictures, we've got part numbers, okay. Tells you to remove the upper engine bolt, engine mounting bolt right here. Assemble bolt through in the correct position, tighten to 70 Newton meters. If you want to use a torque wrench, you can do that. We're going to slide the bullet onto the aluminum bushing, and then we're going to put the mount bolt in place to hold that on there. If you have a tip over, all these pieces are available individually as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, ready to install, right? We're going to start off. We've got an 8mm 3/8 Allen, got a big 3/8 ratchet, pretty tight bolt. So I would say that the ratchet is going to be much more appropriate here than the T-handle. Additionally, okay, torque specs are supplied. If you're not totally comfortable with your tools, I strongly suggest you use your torque wrench. These pieces here, okay, these bushings need to be left in place. Always save all your OEM hardware. You never know when you might need it again. I'm going to go ahead and replace the main bolt with the one supplied. Now, one thing that's going to be pretty key here is we're going to want to make sure that this is straight. If we don't do that, our bullet frame slider is going to mount crooked, okay, the puck, and we don't want that. So what I would suggest doing is actually having something to hold this in place, so as you're tightening the bolt, you're not just spinning that. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the toolbox and get something to hold the actual fixture. Okay, I went over and I got a pair of channel locks, right, medium size, and you can see that I wrapped the teeth. A little bit of duct tape there, just to avoid really galling this. There's no reason to destroy it when we tighten it. Go ahead and hold that in place. Let's get that bad boy to 70 Newton meters. Before we get the puck on, I want to make sure we've got it straight. You know, it looks like I've got it tipped forward just a tickle. I want to fix that. Want it to look good, that's part of it. So, you know, take a minute here so you don't have every one of your friends making fun of how you installed your frame sliders crooked on your bike. All right, to hold this thing in place, what I did is I got a pair of medium-sized channel locks. I put a little duct tape on the teeth just so we don't, you know, really tear up the mount for no reason. And hold it in place. While I tighten it up, kind of keep an eye on where we're at. Step back. It looks like it needs to come forward just a little bit. That looks pretty good. And now we need to get our puck situated here. Slide that in place, like so. Looks nice and straight. I dig that. And now I need to get an Allen wrench over here, tighten this up. And you can see that is really low profile. I like that quite a bit. Now we're ready to do the other side. Okay, same deal. Remember, they package these right and left independent. Here's our instructions. Same deal as the other side. We're going to begin by removing our stock motor mount bolt. I'm going to repeat myself here. Save the hardware. Never throw something like an engine mount bolt away. Okay. And now let's get our mount, our new fastener. A little longer on this side. They need to make it a little longer so we could get it to extend beyond the stock bodywork. Going to need an extension over here to help me start this. Okay, it's in there nicely. And now we'll go ahead and repeat the process that we went through on the other side. Be cautious here of your stock bodywork, okay? You don't want to scratch that. Right there looks pretty good. See if I can get at that without the extension. Okay. Once again, okay, if you're not super comfortable with the tools and torque, use a torque wrench, okay? That is definitely the right way to do it. If you don't have a ton of experience, slide the bullet over, like so. And once again, very, very close. You know, these are going to help promote sliding, prevent tumbling, and they also stick out far enough that for, say, a driveway tip over, okay, you've got something there to manage the impact and hopefully save the stock fairings, really reduce the damage. Fastener in the front there, that is actually a tapered fastener that goes in there, so you have a lot of surface area that contacts the slider puck, so the odds of it coming loose are not very high. If you want to hedge your bet a little bit, put a little bit of blue Loctite on the threads, and then you won't have to worry at all about that coming out. Phenomenal product. It's a great complement to their engine covers for sure. You can see here now on this R1, by having both pieces in place, we've really protected both sides of the motorcycle in the event of a track or street crash. These are our GB Racing frame slider install on our 2015 Yamaha YZF-R1 STG project.